Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to NXT. We are just a couple weeks away from the NXT Deadline Premium Live event, but tonight on NXT we have a stacked card for you from top to bottom. As announced as tonight, we have a triple threat match of the three teams that will be involved in an NXT Tag Team Championship matchup, as it will be pretty deadly, taking on the Diamond Mine as well as the NXT Tag Team Champions, the Undisputed Era. Last week here, the Undisputed Era lost to the Diamond Mine, and Adam Pearce thought it was a great idea to add the Diamond Mine to that tag team matchup. So I cannot wait to see how that NXT tag team matchup will be faring. But not only will we be seeing that triple threat matchup tonight, also we have two fatal five-way battle royals tonight with the five superstars that will be in the Iron Survivor matches for the men's and women's side at NXT Deadline. So we'll see the 5 men and 5 women in that fatal five-way battle royal tonight. But another major stipulation to this fatal five-way is the winner of each battle royal tonight will get a spot, a guaranteed spot, into the Royal Rumble matchup for the men's and women's side. Big time opportunity, ladies and gentlemen. As well as Kenny Omega, your NXT champion. He'll be in action taking on Joe Gacy later on tonight, as well as a massive 8-woman fatal, or I guess you could say 8-woman 4-way tag team matchup. So there's going to be a total of 4 teams in this matchup, and it's all for the number 1 contender spot that will either face Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez or Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler there at NXT Deadline just in a couple weeks. Obviously, we don't know who's walking out champion just yet, but we'll know after the Royal Rumble. But those 4 teams that are in this matchup tonight is Toxic Attraction, former NXT Women's Tag Team Champions, the Unholy Union, Isla Dawn and Alba Fire, who defeated Kaden Carter and Katana Chance last week, and we'll also see Kaden Carter and Katana Chance in this matchup as well, and also Sonya Deville and Chelsea Green. So it is a 8-woman 4-way tag team matchup, a tornado tag team matchup to be precise. That is your main event later on tonight. A lot of big stuff going on tonight. I'm really looking forward to not only this matchup, but that fatal 5-way battle royal. Get a little shades of the Royal Rumble coming up this Sunday, but also, hey, you get a guaranteed spot in the Royal Rumble matchup. Hey, you could go on to outlast 29 other superstars depending on the position, and you could go on to main event WrestleMania. How crazy would that be? Especially with those big-time superstars from, especially the women's side, Nikita Lyons, Roxanne Perez, Zoe Stark, Mikito Satomura, and Cora Jade. And also for the men's side, Wardlow, MJF, Jay White, Will Ospreay, and Malachi Black. Bunch of big-time names on this roster, and especially a lot of newbies. So we'll see how that goes on later on tonight. But Elton Prince, Adam Page, and Julius Creed. The match is started. Here we go. So all this for that momentum that we'll be seeing going in to this lovely triple threat tag team matchup live there at Deadline. Just a little bit of taste, nothing wrong with that. Obviously, a lot of these superstars are known for being a tag team wrestler. But Adam Page, I mean, from what we understand, on the independent scene, he's did plenty of world heavyweight type championship matches, former multi-time world champion from what we understand. So himself coming to WWE, coming down to NXT, teaming up with Adam Cole, them becoming the NXT Tag Team Champions. I think that's only going to help Adam Page in the long run for if and when he were to become NXT Champion. But obviously, coming up at Deadline, it is not something that is going to be easy for the Undisputed Era, certainly. You got one of the best tag teams in NXT, that being the Creed brothers, and then also pretty deadly. Obviously, they weren't too happy with them losing the tag team championships to the Undisputed Era. So we saw at NXT TakeOver a couple months back at Survivor Series, we saw them attack the Undisputed Era. As now Elton Prince gonna go to work on Julius Creed here. Oh, wait a minute. Adam Page has a kendo stick, and Elton Prince has that well seen in that moment and suplexes him right on that kendo stick. Ooh, and a devastating clothesline. And Julius Creed fired up, trying to bulk up right now, but he's going to eat a big arm toss. And now Adam Page going to look to take him to the woodshed here. Ooh, and a big clothesline. Oh, here comes that wrestling background. Here we go. It's time for an ankle lock. Will Adam Page have to tap out? Elton Prince, is he going to break it up? Yes, he does. Keeps himself in the matchup a little bit longer. And Elton Prince, oh, look at this maneuver. That leg almost connecting with the leg drop possibly on Adam Page. Pinfall opportunity. Will this be enough? Elton Prince thought he had him, but plenty still to come. Big scoop slam takedown now down to Julius and Elton for the next moment here or two. Oh, nice awkward power slam there. But Adam Page folds him like an accordion, and down goes Julius Creed there. And Adam Page here tonight in Orlando, Florida, is on top of his game right now. And certainly we'll see if Adam Page can continue this momentum he desperately needs to continue to take with him into Deadline. Now, obviously, for the Undisputed Era, they're not too happy that now this is a triple threat matchup, but you got to believe this is on the Undisputed Era, because if they would have defeated the Creed brothers, they probably wouldn't be in this situation, and they would be just focusing on Pretty Deadly. But, well, we don't get that opportunity. Page just rubbing in this crowd's face tonight here. This crowd really hoping that Julius Creed can walk out victorious here. That's all. Look at this. Oh, look at this maneuver, the Gun Wrench Power Slam. Making that look oh so easy. Pinfall opportunity. Adam Page going to look to introduce a steel chair though. And right to the back. That certainly won't be too good. And then a hell of a boot to Adam Page. But just like that, Julius Creed right there to break it up. And man, look at this, man. This guy is a stud in the middle of this ring, man. That's what we say. There's so much potential in Julius Creed, man. Certainly, you see it every time he's in a tag team matchup. One of the best around, especially in this tag team division with his brother Brutus. And now going to look to get a little bit extreme on Adam Page. I'll wait for those two superstars to go back at it here. Oh, nice arm toss. And now Julius Creed. What a headshot. Headshot. Get yourself 150 points there, because down went Elton Prince. Oh, I think Adam Page was looking for that discus clothesline. Didn't work out in his favor. And now Prince. Can Prince capitalize on this opportunity? Adam Page is down and out for the moment. That's where Prince has to hit a big move. I mean, throwing him back to his neck could have serious ramifications. But Creed kicks out. You just never know with whiplash, and you never know just how hard one's neck and head hit on that mat. And now Adam Page systematically taking out that left leg, that left knee of Elton Prince. You have to. Big time suplex takes down Creed. And now, time for a buckshot lariat, but he didn't time it up too well. And now Elton Prince is going to look to take down Adam Page once and for all here. Big time knee strike, then a steel chair shot. Oh, and a big boot turns Julius inside out. Massive maneuver there. Adam Page with a buckshot lariat. Elton Prince is down and out, and we'll see if Julius can capitalize. Yes, he does. Turns Adam Page inside out. Elton Prince is down and out. Go for the pinfall, Julius. But deciding not to. Hits him with a steel chair. Go for this is it. I was going to say, go for the pinfall. This has to be it. 2, 3. Yes, it is. Adam Page did the work. Julius hit him with that steel chair to the head. And just like that, Julius Creed picks up the win. Look at this headshot right there. Down he went. Adam Page down and out, trying to get up to his feet, but a little, too late. And a massive win for Julius Creed tonight live here on NXT. But it is time for your one of two Fatal 5-Way Battle Royals. And now it is time for your women's Fatal 5-Way Battle Royal. Who will be able to get themselves an opportunity, a guaranteed spot in the Royal Rumble? Imagine if they're able to get number 30 in the Royal Rumble match. How crazy that would be, ladies and gentlemen. And how many superstars from NXT will be able to even get themselves a actual spot in the men's and women's Royal Rumble? For sure, we'll have one from each side for NXT. It's an awesome opportunity. Adam Pearce talked to Triple H, and from what we understand, both sides came up with an awesome idea for those 5 members that are already in that NXT Deadline matchup to give them even a bigger opportunity, give them an opportunity to shine, and that gives them an opportunity to go to NXT, not only from NXT Deadline obviously, but before that, go to the Royal Rumble and see how it is in front of the big lights. Because for sure these superstars one day will be on the main roster, going on to main event. Raw, SmackDown, every single pay-per-view you can think of, Royal Rumble, WrestleMania, Survivor Series. All sorts of big pay-per-views. As here comes Nikita Lyons, certainly going to be a big favorite in this matchup. Certainly, yes, it is a battle royal, but one of the bigger superstars. And when I say that, that means stronger. Doesn't necessarily mean that's going to work out for her in this matchup, but you know, if she's able to win tonight, out wrestle these 4 other women tonight and throw them over the top rope, certainly, you know, she's going to be a dangerous threat in that women's rumble. And imagine if Mikito Satomura is able to win this tonight. She would be a massive threat. It's like having the likes of, I mentioned it before multiple times, Shinsuke Nakamura, the king of strong style. That is what Mikito Satomura is on the women's side. Just so damn dangerous in the middle of this ring. And we saw that when she defeated Blair Davenport recently on NXT to get herself this opportunity. And, you know, for her being in that Iron Survivor matchup at Deadline, certainly I think she could honestly be one of the better threats in that matchup. Yes, 25 minutes to try to outlast and get the most pinfalls and submissions in this Iron Survivor matchup, but hey, you know, anything can happen. And certainly when you're in a matchup with her, she can knock you out with one kick, and she can just continue to pin you over and over again until they're like, okay, you know what, we're just going to cancel this damn matchup and we're going to give it to her. So we wait for the next competitor to make her way down to the ring. Here comes Zoe Stark, the runner-up in the NXT Women's Breakout Tournament. Continuing to make a name for herself here, and we'll see how she fares tonight. See if she can get herself a guaranteed spot in the Women's Rumble matchup. Former NXT Women's Tag Team Champion with Nikita Lyons. So certainly there's some history there. We'll see how those two fare tonight in this matchup, as well as into the build-up to Deadline. As well as coming up here just very shortly, we'll be seeing Roxanne, a part of this matchup, the prodigy of NXT. Obviously herself and Cora Jade have a long historic history here in NXT, battling for that NXT Women's Championship. Eventually Cora Jade would end up getting that championship back, especially in that triple threat matchup at one time when it was Piper Niven, Roxanne, and Cora Jade. When Roxanne was attacked by Sonya Deville, kind of took her out of that matchup. The matchup would continue to just Roxanne and Cora Jade. And, well, Cora Jade would outlast Roxanne in that matchup, defeat Roxanne, and become the official new women's champion at that time. But eventually, the NXT Women's Breakout Tournament winner, Tiffany Stratton, would win and go on to challenge Cora Jade and would defeat Cora Jade for that women's championship. So certainly a lot of big time things on the horizon for a lot of these women. The future is bright for NXT with a lot of these superstars, new and old. The experience is definitely there with a lot of these superstars. Referee has officially rung the ball at ringside. The match is started. Only way you can win this matchup is eliminating your opponent over the top rope. As Zoe Stark and Nikita Lyons going back at it, back and forth here. Obviously every woman for themselves. These women separated quietly backstage. They wanted to focus on their singles career, so no tension, you could say, no backstabbing, no nothing like that. They agreed that they wanted to go to the singles direction, which is nothing wrong with that. And look at Nikita Lyons missing that clothesline strike or whatever the heck she was trying to. And now Roxanne trying to take it to Zoe Stark here. Oh, and look at that. Akito Satomura and Nikita Lyons. That is the type of matchup I honestly want to see. Two women just brutal, very physical. I think that'd be a perfect matchup to see. Something Adam Pearce would probably have to set up sometime very soon. It was, oh, what a clothesline from Akito Satomura. Absolutely taking down Cora Jade. And this is what I'm talking about, just how dangerous Makito is. And now, has Nikita in a bad way here. Are we going to see our first elimination? Can't really see from this angle. As, wait a minute. Lyons is trying to fight out of it, and she does. No elimination just yet as the Luthez press right now taking down Makito. And now Stark with a big drop kick to the temple. This is all for the opportunity, ladies and gentlemen, to get a guaranteed spot to the Royal Rumble match. And even if it's not a high number, I mean, being able to go to the Royal Rumble, if you've never been to the Rumble, and showcase these skills to all the general managers on Raw and SmackDown and really show what you can bring. And even you can even show it to NXT general manager Adam Pearce. If you have a strong showing, you might have a better opportunity to be showcased on NXT even more. You never know, especially going on to main event WrestleMania. You can pick any championship you want, Raw, SmackDown, or you can even pick NXT if you really want to, depending on where these women really want to go to, and the landscape of WWE as well. There's just so many things going on in Raw, SmackDown. Changing up the stories could very well happen depending on the winner, and especially if a man or woman from NXT is able to accomplish that. As Zoe and Cora Jade working briefly together, Zoe Stark with a springboard clothesline. Zoe Stark has to be so careful with those springboards, man. Superstar can catch her and toss her over the top. Oh, look at this. Former NXT Women's Tag Team Champions working together. Bitter rivals right now, though. And Makito Satomura turning Roxanne inside out. No, wait a minute. Thought maybe for a second Satomura was going to throw her over the top rope. Now in the corner we go. Zoe Stark going to try to eliminate Cora Jade at this moment. Is it time for an elimination? Cora Jade desperately fighting for her life here. Oh, and a big boot to the face. Keeps herself in this matchup. We know how big this match is in general. It is at the NXT deadline. But it's even more massive, especially at the Royal Rumble. Even, like I mentioned, if they even happen to draw a low number, the experience is definitely going to be needed for sure. Michinoku Driver takes down Cora. Oh, and what a drop kick. Roxanne trying to target Zoe Stark, I believe. And, well, obviously that didn't work out in her favor. This facebuster takedown there from Roxanne to Cora. And, oh, spinning heel kick to the face of Zoe Stark. Zoe might not even know where the heck she is out cold in that corner. And oh, look at that. Big punches to the ribs. Nikita Lyons bringing those hard strikes right there. I'm surprised we haven't had any eliminations just yet. No, Roxanne's so close. She's holding on, and she does. Cora Jade has Satomura on the bottom left-hand corner of your screen. literally on the top rope. Will she be eliminated? No, she will not. Very, very close. Potential eliminations falling through, but you got to believe once we get closer to the first elimination, they're going to start having a downfall of eliminations one by one. Oh, and Michinoku driver once again from Nikita Lyons. Coming up next, ladies and gentlemen, will be the Fatal 5-Way elimination, or Fatal 5-Way Battle Royal, pardon me, for the men's side. Be very interesting to really see how that is. Roxanne trying to eliminate Zoe Stark, and she does. But Roxanne going to barely have any time to really celebrate here. Roxanne could be next in line. Zoe Stark a little frustrated as Nikita Lyons trying to get Roxanne out next. But no, Roxanne survives momentarily. Back and forth we go. Big knees, big strong strikes from Makito Satomura. What a suplex. And now the prodigy, Roxanne Perez, takes down Makito Satomura. Roxanne Perez is the only one standing at this moment as Cora Jade, her longtime rival, back in the able to get back up to her feet, now taking it to her former partner. Roll through, super kick right there on the chin, and Lyons right there with that clothesline. Who will be next to be eliminated? Big time opportunity for all these women to go on to get a guaranteed spot in the Rumble. And now, ooh, what a Pele kick right to the temple. If I'm Makito, grab Nikita Lyons and you get yourself an easy elimination, I would say. Oh my goodness, brutal knee strike there. I guess nothing's never easy in life, but certainly you got to believe that, you know, she would have a good chance to eliminate Nikita Lyons there. And oh, nice senton there from Cora, and now Cora and Roxanne gonna go at it, and Cora Jade taking down everyone. Seems like she has eyes behind her head, because right now it does not matter who's getting back up to their feet. It is one step ahead for each one of them. As a beautiful senton over the top rope, then an arm drag takedown here. Cora Jade with a big elbow to the chest there, into a drop kick. The matchup is heating up. Cora Jade trying to get up to her feet. Nikita Lyons not going to allow that. Matchup's going to be very hard to call at times. Wait a minute. Nikita Lyons is in trouble here. Could we see a second elimination from Roxanne Perez? Nikita Lyons desperately trying to stay in this matchup. Can she do it? I don't think it's going to be easy. Nikita Lyons is just stronger than Roxanne. It is not going to be easy whatsoever as Makito Satomura misses that maneuver. And now Nikita, what is she thinking? Looking for an elimination. Oh, misses the clothesline. And no, she didn't miss that time as she eliminates a former NXT Women's Champion. And now we are down to 3. Nikita Lyons, Cora Jade, and Makito Satomura. All 2 of these 3 women have won championships here in NXT except for Makito Satomura. Will Makito Satomura be able to at least get an opportunity to go on to the Royal Rumble? Or will it be Cora Jade or Nikita Lyons as a big clothesline takes down Nikita Lyons? Or I should say Makito Satomura. Good time for a fatal 5-way battle royal, especially as we're just mere days away from the big event. Going for the splits there to Cora. Cora a little bit faster in the exchange. As a brutal clothesline, man, absolutely brutal. And now Nikita trying to possibly grab her and throw her over the top, but obviously Makito not going to allow that to happen. And look at her, just slow down the matchup, get her on the mat. Realize that you're both on the feet. Let's just slow it down a little bit. Opportune time for eliminations here. As over the top rope, and just like that, Cora Jade gets herself a big time elimination. And now Cora Jade is just going to eat this up. It is down to Cora Jade and Nikita Lyons here. And look at Cora. She's loving where she is at. She's not realizing Nikita Lyons back up to her feet. And let's see if Nikita Lyons can make Cora Jade Pay here. Big time opportunity. Come on, Nikita, this is your time. Oh my goodness, a karate kick, almost like a Trouble in Paradise type of maneuver. And now Cora bounced off the ropes into a Luthez press, eating those physical punches there, man. Uh-oh, second rope. Does she even really need to do that? Oh, well, certainly it helped out in her favor, but certainly all she has to do is throw her over the top rope, and it's game over, you gotta believe. So, Nikita throwing her, maybe going to try to throw her over the top here. Uh-oh, Nikita Lyons, scoop slam over the top, and right there, Nikita Lyons gets a guaranteed spot in the Women's Royal Rumble this Sunday. She has outlasted 4 other women to do that, and now she's going to have to outlast 29 other women, ladies and gentlemen. What a match. Dug down deep. Nikita Lyons showing it that it's going to be her year here in NXT. Big win for Nikita. Now, from one fatal 5-way battle royal to another one, we are now on the men's side, as now the next superstar to make his way down to the ring for the men's side will be none other than one of the newest superstars here on this NXT roster. That is Jay White, the former Bullet Club leader there in New Japan Pro Wrestling. And like we mentioned before, he has mentioned here on NXT that why can't he start his own version of the Bullet Club here in WWE, here in NXT. So it'll be something to kind of really look out for, because we are in Royal Rumble season. And imagine if Jay White is going to be seen with other former members of the Bullet Club throughout the years. If he happens to win tonight, he gives himself a guaranteed spot in the Rumble. He could see the likes of, Finn Balor, AJ Styles, so many other former members of the Bullet Club, Carl Anderson, Luke Gallows, the list goes on and on. But that's only if he wins tonight. At least he gets himself a guaranteed spot. I guess it doesn't mean that he won't show up in the actual Royal Rumble matchup, but the spots are not guaranteed, only if he wins tonight in this Battle Royal. But it is not going to be easy, because he's going to have to go through Wardlow, MJF, Will Ospreay, and Malachi Black. And now the next competitor making his way down to the ring. A massive name here in NXT, has been on a hot streak as of late. This is the Warhorse. That is Wardlow. And could you imagine Wardlow in the Royal Rumble? This man could literally dominate the competition. And imagine if not only Wardlow, but imagine Omos from SmackDown is in that matchup. Wardlow picking up Omos, hitting him with an F10. Could you imagine that? Be so brutal, ladies and gentlemen. It could be a key moment in Wardlow's career. I mean, he's already been making a name for himself these last couple months, but imagine if he wins this matchup tonight, gets himself in the Royal Rumble, has a strong showing in the Royal Rumble, and then obviously gets to NXT Deadline, to where he has to outlast 4 other superstars to win that Iron Survivor matchup, and that guarantees them a championship matchup at NXT Stand and Deliver WrestleMania weekend. All I can say is it's going to be chaotic. Iron Survivor, 25 minutes of these men and women going to war, and certainly, obviously, Wardlow and MJF, their partnership coming through right now. So you could see Wardlow and MJF working together for a while, and then once they take out their competition, it's all hands off, and those two will go at it. As now we wait for Malachi Black to make his way down to the ring, former NXT United Kingdom champion. one of the better records in all of WWE before leaving WWE. And certainly Malachi Black, if he gets himself in that Rumble, he will definitely be a man to watch out for. I can tell you that now. This man could literally dominate, and I do mean dominate, the landscape of that Royal Rumble. He could hit you with that fade to black, the black mass, multiple times. He could literally, whoever's in that matchup, if let's say you have 5 superstars, bam, 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 bam. All 5 in a row, knock him out, easily throw him over the top. That just is how dangerous this man Malachi Black is. But he's going to have to go through the 4 other superstars tonight, even to imagine to get to that second point. So much talent is going to be in this matchup. And certainly, with how everything's looking, we'll see how the NXT landscape is going to be looking like after the Royal Rumble into NXT Deadline. And then also, after Deadline, what's Deadline going to look like, into WrestleMania season? So just so much going on at NXT Deadline. But big time fatal 5-way matchup for the men's side. Still to come, we have Kenny Omega, your NXT champion, taking on Joe Gacy, as well as a massive 8-woman 4-way tag team matchup later on tonight in your main event. As there is MJF looking to have himself a strong showing tonight. There's so much stories that a lot of these superstars, if they are able to win tonight, that they could have in the Royal Rumble, especially MJF and Cody Rhodes. They have known each other outside of WWE. Cody coming back to WWE, and then MJF making his WWE debut here in NXT. So these guys know each other. So you could have yourselves a Cody Rhodes MJF situation, maybe next couple years, possibly, if MJF wants to ever branch out and go to Raw or SmackDown. Or, you got the likes of Will Ospreay, one of the big name superstars of all time on the independent scene. It's certainly for a lot of these main time, like these big time wrestlers on Raw and SmackDown, Will Ospreay is definitely a match to be like, hey, we can main event a WrestleMania, main event a Royal Rumble, Elimination Chamber, Survivor Series, whatever out there. This is what I'm talking about. This man right here, Will Ospreay. This has got to be literally one of the biggest matches in NXT's history, and it's the first time ever for us to do this in the series. A fatal 5-way Iron Survivor matchup. It will be 25 minutes, and the superstars with the most eliminations will, or I guess you could say pinfalls or submissions in the matchup, they will go on to NXT Stand and Deliver and take on the NXT champion or the NXT Women's champion, obviously. So, I mean, like I said, it's not going to be easy. It's not going to be one of those things where you eliminate somebody or something. It's going to be a continuous grind. So you pin somebody, then you got to keep an eye behind your head, because it is going to be 25 minutes of straight up hell, and it's going to be worth it for that one superstar. And hopefully, by the 25 minutes, we will have a even kill. And when I say that, I mean there's no tie, there's no nothing, because if we get to a tie in that type of situation, I'm being told that the general manager, Adam Pearce, will take care of it if something were to happen and make a decision on what to happen next. But you never know what may happen, as MJF going here against Malachi Black at the moment here. Look at that strength and power there, making that look so easy. Malachi Black, not the biggest guy in the world, but still to do that to somebody of his size, that is not easy to do. And now, wait a minute, Wardlow could be the first one eliminated, but luckily for Wardlow's sake, Jay White was going after Will Ospreay. So much damn potential, man. Look at the talent in this ring as Wardlow and MJF going at it. Obviously, every man for themselves, especially when you get closer to the Royal Rumble season here. But to have all this talent in one ring, ladies and gentlemen, it is just something to think about how lucky Adam Pearce is to inherit this roster and just take over as MJF trying to go for a spear, but Malachi Black's like, we're gonna hurry up and get back in this ring. And luckily for him, he was able to get back in the ring, but he is eating a submission hold here. We'll see if he'll be able to slip out of this, or maybe he'll be able to just have to pass out, and MJF might have himself an easy elimination here. Oh, nice drop kick there to the right knee, takes down Wardlow, and just like that, able to play some mind games. Oh, nice bulldog there from Jay White. Jay White looking absolutely incredible here. And a lot of you guys believe the likes of, Will Ospreay and Jay White are going to have successful careers here. We even had some votes of Malachi Black. It's so hard to determine who exactly is going to be the best of the best once we get into their careers. Because there's just, someone's got to win, someone's got to lose, someone's got to step on somebody's toes. And your fan favorite or any of these guys, they may have run into an opportunity to where they might not be able to necessarily pick up the big wins early on. And early on for MJF, for his career, ladies and gentlemen, he was undefeated for quite a bit of time until the likes of Bryan Danielson would get in the way and take down MJF, and then you kind of have a losing streak of sorts. As, wait a minute, Malachi Black might be eliminated here just in mere seconds here. And over the top rope, but he survives. And MJF trying to take out Wardlow from behind, talking to his ear. Maybe they're gonna work on a game plan there, talking in his ear there. As Will Ospreay, look at this big time DDT, dropping him on the back of his head. Ospreay now maybe looking for an elimination here, but Malachi Black's like, too early for that. And a big knee strike right to the, I believe that was that left shoulder blade. That certainly won't be feeling too good as Malachi Black with that drop kick to the side of the skull. Ospreay now looking for that underhook slam, but Wardlow going to reverse it with that Alabama slam. And oh my goodness. He just got misted and then punted in the face. I'm not going to lie, ladies and gentlemen, that did scare me. Was not expecting that loud mist from Malachi Black. Obviously perfectly legal in a battle royal. MJF is down and out, stirring up to his feet now, but just absolutely amazing how he's even able to see right now. If I'm Jay White, go after MJF. He can barely see at this moment. But it looks like Aleister Black going to realize it and can go after him and target him. Why not? Kind of have to. As Wardlow going to go for that brutal power bomb as Jay White able to slip out of it. No variation of a zigzag. I'm talking about zigzags. Dolph Ziggler has to win the Royal Rumble or he will no longer have a WWE contract, no longer have a Raw contract, and even he will no longer be the leader of D-Generation X. A lot will be happening, ladies and gentlemen, at that pay-per-view premium live event. Going to be absolutely massive. A lot of people are looking to finish their stories. Likes of CM Punk. He wants to once again defeat Seth Rollins and go on to win the Royal Rumble matchup and go on to main event WrestleMania. One of the major reasons he came back to WWE. As Jay White trying to toss Wardlow on the rope there. And now Jay White, here we go. Malachi Black. And now look at MJF trying to help eliminate Wardlow. And they do. Every man for themselves, ladies and gentlemen. Perfect situation for that tag team maneuver. And now MJF looking to eliminate Jay White. And he does. We are down to 3. Malachi Black. And no, Malachi Black eliminates Will Ospreay. And now we're down to 2. MJF and Malachi Black, who goes on to the Royal Rumble match of a guaranteed spot in this Royal Rumble. Holy crap, it is hectic, ladies and gentlemen. Everything going down right now. MJF might be able to seize the opportunity. Can MJF do it? Is he going to the Rumble? It's about to eliminate Malachi Black. Nowhere to go. He's trying to stay on. The big boot. And MJF gets it done. And this man will get himself an opportunity of a lifetime. He survived the mist into the punt kick. Somehow, some way, MJF is able to dig down deep. Came down to him and Mr. Malachi Black, and just like that, big elimination from MJF. And MJF, certainly, if he gets himself a good entrant into the Royal Rumble, you could say MJF could win the whole damn thing. Just got himself the ticket of a lifetime. Certainly, ladies and gentlemen, the Royal Rumble is going to be chaotic, but adding the likes of Nikita Lyons to the Women's Royal Rumble, and then also adding MJF to the Men's Royal Rumble, that's even going to be more chaotic. But talking about chaotic, you got the man that is very unpredictable, Joe Gacy, ladies and gentlemen, here tonight, going one-on-one with the NXT champion Kenny Omega. This matchup not only helps Kenny Omega with his unification matchup against Sting here in a couple weeks, but for Joe Gacy, this is an opportunity to really see where you stand in the main event scene of NXT. Joe Gacy can certainly handle the best of the best in NXT, but I think you give him some more opportunities, and I think this man can really show you what he is very well capable of. And we're going to see tonight how Joe Gacy fares in this one-on-one bout against your NXT champion. And the matchup for Kenny Omega versus Sting at NXT Deadline is going to be one of the biggest matches in NXT's whole history. And that's saying a lot of things. We've seen massive matchups throughout the years. CM Punk, Kenny Omega. We've seen a lot of big matches, like especially Kevin Owens when he was here in NXT. We saw Finn Balor. We saw Charlotte Flair. We've seen Bianca. We've seen massive superstars. Drew McIntyre, Adam Cole, Robert Roode, the Undisputed Era. There's so many massive matches we've had throughout the years, and adding Kenny Omega versus the Icon Sting in a unification matchup, it's literally, I don't want to overhype it, but I believe it has to be up there with what I believe could be one of the better matches of the whole entire year. But we'll see how it fares, ladies and gentlemen. NXT Deadline is right around the corner. And for Omega, obviously we know he won't look past Joe Gacy, but this is one of those, you could say one of those trap matches to where if Kenny Omega didn't take it seriously, or didn't really study for this matchup, or really give Joe Gacy a chance, then I would say this is a trap match. But I believe Omega is going to be good. Referee rings the bell. And when I say that, I'm just saying just how professional Kenny Omega is here in NXT. I think he should be able to hold on to whatever Joe Gacy brings to the table. We know Gacy's ever so dangerous in the middle of this ring. He did start a group named Chisholm here in NXT with the likes of himself, the Grizzled Young Veterans, and Ava Raine, but come to find out, Grizzled Young Veterans would walk away from their contracts, and, well, certainly didn't go the way that they wanted to, so it kind of left Joe Gacy and Ava Raine to really figure out what they wanted to do. Ava Raine would leave Chisholm as well, so it kind of leaves Joe Gacy by himself. So, I mean, it's one of those things where you got to kind of find where you land in WWE, and you got to go with the punches right now. as now a big back suplex right there from Gacy. This is what he wants right now. Bring it to the NXT champion. A lot of those powerful maneuvers will definitely help out, and especially that Gaunt Wrench powerbomb. That will definitely help him out as well. And now Gacy, high risk here. Oh, going for the elbow, able to hit it dead on in the chest, the center of the chest. You know, it was a rope break, but Gacy not too happy about it. It's all about beating down your opponent tonight. So look at the, okay, little different, but he sure took too long, and he ate that enziguri. And now, oh, Omega right there in that left elbow. Trying to send a message there to Joe Gacy that not to taunt him for sure. Damn, that was brutal. And Gacy trying to fight back as much as he can, especially, like I mentioned, after getting his elbow stomped. And if that was his funny bone, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to be hurting a lot longer for sure. As Gacy rolls out the ring, but he eats a running knee strike right to the ribs. So coming tonight is your massive main event, your 8-woman 4-way tag team matchup where the winner will take on the women's undisputed tag team champions, either Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez, or Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler, live there at NXT Deadline. At the Royal Rumble, we'll figure out who exactly will that be. No matter what, I'm sure it will definitely be a classic of a match. And we'll see if maybe Toxic Attraction get themselves an opportunity, especially if they win tonight, since they are former NXT Women's Tag Team Champions. As Omega with that running choke slam type of maneuver right there to Gacy's throat. Strong kick out from Gacy, going to continue to fight right now. And for Omega, you gotta start thinking right now, what am I having to do right now to put away a big man like Joe Gacy? The longer this matchup is going to go, it's going to favor Omega, but you cannot, I guess you cannot just toy around with your opponent. You got to start hitting those big haymakers and try to put away Joe Gacy. And I think that is what Omega is going to do right here. Down goes Gacy. Referee right there. Is that it? Yes, it is. Omega puts down Joe Gacy, and a win that Kenny Omega definitely needed for his way all the way to NXT Deadline just in a couple weeks' time, ladies and gentlemen. Massive win for Kenny Omega. Joe Gacy did hang in there for a little bit, but Omega showing you guys why he is the man here in NXT. It is main event time here live in Orlando, Florida, as Katana Chance and Kaden Carter make their way down to the ring, last week losing to the unholy union of Isla Dawn and Alba Fire. But tonight, they might be able to get themselves an opportunity at those women's tag team champions still, which is a goal that these women are looking for. And with this undisputed championship, women's tag team championships, going across all 3 brands at the moment until, all, 3 brands are able to say, okay, hey, on both sides or on all 3 rosters, we're perfectly fine. We can have NXT have their own women's tag team division. Raw and SmackDown can have their, I guess you could say, combined women's tag team division. It's one of those things that we'll have to really wait and see when exactly Triple H will be like, okay, hey, we're good now. And I think right now you're just kind of waiting for those teams to build up, come together, and we'll see that eventually. As there is JC Jane and Gigi Dolan, former NXT Women's Tag Team Champions, looking for that opportunity, and they get it tonight in the main event of NXT. Certainly with Mandy Rose, had a brief comeback, and then we haven't really seen her ever since then, so maybe, I guess you never know when she may come back again, but Gigi Dolan and JC Jane going back to doing what they need to, and that is winning tag team championships one way or another. They don't care what they need to do as long as they are toxic about it. They are the toxic attraction of NXT. Like I mentioned, former tag team champions, but they do have great movesets. They got the look, they got the charisma, everything you'd want in former champions, and even what you look for in champions. So we'll see if this tag team right in front of you will be the next in line for whoever wins at the Royal Rumble and goes on to face at NXT Deadline. As we wait for your next tag team to make their way down to the ring. Still waiting for Sonya Deville and Chelsea Green, as well as your Unholy Union, the one that picked up a massive tag team win last week here on NXT. As there is Isla Dawn and Alba Fire. Two dangerous women, and like we mentioned, Alba Fire was trying to find herself here in NXT, and then it seems like they found Isla Dawn. They definitely have their similarities and contrasts on what they do. Alba Fire obviously bringing their fire, and obviously Isla Dawn that more dark, mysterious type of feel to her, and Alba Fire still has that kind of feel to her as well. So perfect match in my book, honestly. And if these two women are able to survive this matchup tonight and challenge the winner of the Royal Rumble at NXT Deadline, you might want to say that honestly they could be the favorite to win that. But anything is possible, man. A lot of big things happening. So look at Alba Fire trying to fire up Isla Dawn here. Big time main event here, starting in just mere moments with Isla Dawn, Alba Fire, Unholy Union. But here in just a second, we wait for Sonya Deville and Chelsea Green. And I guarantee you, we all know how Chelsea Green is. She will definitely call a manager in the terms of saying, hey, we need to have this, or I'm going to be an absolute Karen about this. I want to speak to your manager. I want to talk to a supervisor to get an opportunity. But there you are, Sonya Deville and Chelsea Green. Like we mentioned, both of these women were in that opportune matches to see who would be able to get in the Iron Women's Survivor matchup, but both women losing, so it kind of brings them down a little bit. But hey, they could give themselves a win in the main event, and that will make them all happy and get themselves an opportunity for those women's undisputed tag team championships. But girl, it will not be easy. I'm going to have to go through 3 other tag teams in this matchup. This matchup is fair and square. First one to a pinfall or submission in the middle of this ring. This is not an elimination matchup. This is a straight up 4-way tornado tag team matchup where the winner has to pin their opponent's shoulders or make their opponent tap out in the middle of this ring. Referee has rung the bell. Here we go. The matchup is underway. Haymakers galore. Who is going to be able... Oh, wait a minute. Isla Dawn. Oh, imagine. Not even 10 seconds into the matchup and have our first pinfall. Trying to cheat their way to victory. I guess you couldn't say cheat, but you could say they're try to make sure they don't get injured, even if they're able to walk out and steal this matchup. There's now Gigi going after Katana Chance there. Chelsea Green looking to go for that pinfall. Obviously, still too early yet, so these women are going to be going to town. And a lot of these women, will they be in the Women's Royal Rumble, ladies and gentlemen? A big-time opportunity for all 8 of these women, not only to be possibly be in this matchup, as Sonya Deville did go over the top. She would be eliminated if this was the Rumble. But, if any of these 8 women are able to get themselves in that Women's Royal Rumble matchup, that would be great to see for NXT. Because like I've said for the men's side and the women's side of their divisions, hey, perfect opportunity to really showcase what you bring to the main roster. Sonya Deville, she's been on the main roster. She knows what she has to do to be on top of her game. She came here to NXT to really change up her game, and she has gotten a lot better over this past year. And I think Sonya Deville is just, if I could really show you with my hands, she's so close to getting herself in that NXT Women's Championship bout. She's just so close. And we'll see how that goes. As Katana Chance and Isla Dawn as I think she moved out of that knee strike. That knee strike would have been vicious. As now Isla Dawn with that big power slam, middle of the ring. Nobody's in the ring at the moment. As it looks like JC Jane brings it up, and it looks like Toxic Attraction coming in the ring. Perfect opportunity. This is what Toxic Attraction needs to do. Work together, especially with these other teams at ringside going at it. Why not? They're focused on each other as Isla Dawn takes down Gigi Dolan. But JC Jane right now going to look to go after Katana Chance here. Isla Dawn. Not going to go for the high risk maneuver. Deciding not to go against it. Certainly, you could say a good idea. Gigi Dolan was trying to get a weapon. Caden Carter's like, nope, not gonna happen today. As again, this matchup continues. A lot of brutality early on. It'll be very hard to call this matchup, but this is all for the opportunity for a Women's Tag Team Championship matchup against, like we mentioned, Ronda and Shayna, or the current Women's Tag Team Champions, that being Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez. Isla Dawn, pinfall opportunity. Is this it? But no, they're able to break it up. The matchup continues. A lot of things up in the air. The unprettier to Katana Chance. Pinfall opportunity. Is this enough for Chelsea Green to get herself an opportunity? No. So close to getting herself and Sonya Deville. Oh my goodness. Chelsea Green floating through the air there. But now, back and forth we go. Isla Dawn trying to hit a big maneuver on Gigi, but continuing to keep herself going. Who can get themselves an opportunity of a lifetime? Will we see the former Women's Tag Team Champions Toxic Attraction get it done? Will we see the new unholy union of NXT be able to get it done? As wait a minute, Gigi Dolan could be moments away from getting Toxic Attraction an opportunity, but obviously Katana Chance able to stop it, and Isla Dawn stops that. And Chelsea Green was so close once again. This matchup is just about right place, right time, and making sure your opponents are focusing on each other. As look at Gigi Dolan dropping her right on her head and neck area. This could be it. Is it enough? And I don't believe it is. Referee has not ended the matchup from what I can see. And, oh, wait a minute. Katana Chance. No. Chelsea Green breaks it up. And like I mentioned, matchup is all over. Right, or could be all over, but it's not. But it's all about being right place, right time as Deville turns Isla Dawn inside out. Now look at these kicks. Look at these kicks and a big clothesline from Sonya. Another big opportunity for a pinfall. Will this be it? But no, referee is knocked out momentarily. So that's going to give whoever goes for the next pinfall, you got to assume, it's going to take a lot longer. Because referee is down and out momentarily right now. And once they get it back up, they're going to be groggy. They're going to try to, really assess the situation. And Gigi Dolan, a little bit of frustration brewing as she even pulling those steel steps apart. And now Deville, center of the ring. What is she thinking? What a maneuver to Isla Dawn. But look at JC Jane, not going to allow her to defeat Isla. We have one of each team in the middle of this ring. This matchup is breaking down for sure. Who can walk out victorious? An opportunity of a lifetime, like I mentioned, an opportunity for one of these women to break out as Chelsea Green with an unprettier there to JC Jane. Opportunity, can she put her away? But no, Isla Dawn. And did you see a little bit of a crybaby taunt saying, oh, why don't you cry me a river? And now Isla Dawn raking of the eye of Katana Chance. And now a big Northern Lights suplex opportunity, but JC Jane right there while she is focusing on Chelsea Green. Alba Fire and Gigi Dolan going at it here at ringside. Very hard to call here. Chelsea Green trying to decide what she really wants to do. But coming up for NXT Deadline as this matchup continues, we have that big unification matchup between NXT Champion Kenny Omega and the NXT United Kingdom Champion Sting. Sting has requested to have this unification matchup because he believes that having these two major championships doesn't just feel right. He believes that this NXT United Kingdom Championship is very prestigious, but he believes that it is time to have only one major championship like that on the brand, and Adam Pearce has agreed to it. Kenny Omega obviously has agreed to it as well. So we'll see that unification matchup between those two championships live there at NXT Deadline. Also, Tony D'Angelo, your North American champion, he will be in action taking on Axiom. This will be the second matchup between both men. The first one was at their NXT Breakout Tournament Finals matchup. Also, Tiffany Stratton, she does not have a NXT Women's Championship matchup for NXT Deadline. We'll see if that will change, or if maybe she'll be lucked out for that pay-per-view. Also, coming up live at the pay-per-view, we got the it'll be a triple threat tornado tag team matchup. As a big time elbow there from Isla Dawn. Here we go. Pinfall opportunity from Isla Dawn. Are we going to see the Unholy Union getting an opportunity? Yes, they do. The Unholy Union, they won last week against Katana Chance and Kaden Carter. And this week they win the four-way women's tornado tag team matchup. And they will be waiting in the wings for the winner of the women's undisputed tag team matchup. Massive way to debut as a tag team, and certainly it is something to be looking out for, ladies and gentlemen. What a night for NXT. Thank you guys so much for joining in, and we'll see you at the go home show for SmackDown.